Alright, let's do this thing. Alright, it's been on my mind for a little bit. Well, my name's Christian Duarte. I am junior at a D3 right now, Carthage College. I play baseball. Um, and I wanted, we get game film. I went to a JUCO, didn't really have it, and so we get to look back at our games. And can be a very valuable tool if you know you see if you want to go back and look. So this is me doing that. First time doing this, trying to figure this all out. It's kind of exciting. Not gonna be perfect. Don't want it to be. Um, kind of what I'm looking for here is, uh, kind of. Uh, what I'm looking for here is how I'm reacting in the box. Number one, am I in time? If am I at the peak of my load at his release point, the pitcher's release point? Am I swinging the strikes? Like I said, am I on time? How does my body react to pitches? Trying to see it from a third person perspective, because I can kind of remember what I was looking for and see if I actually committed to that, or maybe I should have been looking something different. Maybe I didn't see something that was kind of obviously there. Maybe I wasn't in the present and missed something. And that's just a very foundational thing, at least from in my level. Um, and again, why I'm doing this. If you ever hear Barry Bonds talk about the chess game, that's kind of where I want to be at that level where like he can pick apart a pitcher like that. And I sometimes I do a really good job about that. And I feel like lately it hasn't been where I want it to be. And I think this could really help. So we're gonna get into it. This is the first AB here. So,
And Lawerence's infield is very dangerous.
so we have a
They have
lefty
an elite sense of awareness.
fastball, curveball, changeup.
Freeman was all gas, no brakes. Put an extra pep in his step.
Yeah.
Christian Duarte, though, fantastic response.
Yeah.
Gets a base
All right. So
hit,
that's first
a
pitch.
single into right field. A lot of fast
It's gonna be
action
an
in the
easier AB to
infield of
kind of break
Lawerence and
down.
Christian.
Um, but
Breaks.
anyway, I was looking first pitch, heater here, up in the zone, backside. Kind of more basic approach to lefty, but hadn't really thrown his curveball consistently for strikes
Freeman
yet.
was
It was
all
early
gas,
in
no
the game
brakes.
still. Not the hardest throwing lefty. And I haven't really seen him yet. And it's a good approach, just to see how his pitches are looking, and especially early on. That's one adjustment I've had to make in season is hunting more fastballs. Because sometimes I do overanalyze maybe a little too much, and I give pitchers too much credit. There could be a guy there that's throwing pus, and I'm over here analyzing him, predicting like he's Paul Skeens or like what I would call, and it's there needs to be some awareness to that, and so this is me having awareness and just hunting fastball up, wanting to go the other way. Uh, and I got exactly that. I got a fastball pretty much exactly in that spot, up and away.
Put an extra pep in his
Really
step.
wasn't trying to do
Christian
much.
Duarte,
The big thing is trying to be effortless, easy, swing easy, hit the ball easy. Uh, you know, and the moment I try to tense up and muscle up, that's when things start to spiral, and you'll probably see that later in the video. So there's not much to break down there. Good AB, aggressive on a fastball, LA. Yeah, I'm gonna skip to AB.
though, fan for the Firebirds.
Cal.
Make sure he jumped over one ball.
I'm starting catching this game. Oh, that's me. What's sorry for me?
As we enter the bottom half
Good
of the
throwing
fourth
too.
inning, Christian Duarte comes up to bat for the Firebirds. Last time we saw Duarte was able to get a base hit into right field. However, he tried to steal second base.
Oh yeah, I got hosed by the way.
Was
Trying to
caught
steal back
stealing.
last AB.
Was out.
Alright, so this is the same guy. So from the pitcher's mind, from the opponent's mind, first pitch fastball, barreled it to right. Um, Usually, if on a lefty like this, if you can drive his fastball the other way, then there's not really much he can do. I think if I was the catcher, what I would do is try to pitch inside a lot, because he's probably the batter. Most batters are going to stick with what's working. Again, that's what the chess game comes in. Do you change the approach? Do you keep it the same? And same thing for uh, the opponent. Um, See if you can do it again. Um, but I think here I was looking again fastball up. Um, I knew they were going to spin something eventually, but I know he wasn't going to spin three in a row, four strikes. So he can't beat me. So I think the approach of going exactly what I did before, fastball up, uh, go to right field, right center, take my single if he throws it there. And then what I've done a really good job lately is staying on breakers. When I really commit to the fastball well, I see the breakers, change ups, sliders, 12 sixes, whatever it will be. I'll see it pop out the hand, and if you're looking hard, the soft is just going to float. And so just commit, but in order for it to float and it to pop out for you to see it in that slow motion, you have to be really solely committed to the fastball, something hard. Uh, so yeah, first pitch away, he threw for a ball. Um, One thing I'll check for real quick is at release point, where am I at? And I'm pretty much that's his release point. That's pretty much the peak of my load. With faster guys, Mania Solo sooner, and everyone else. This is pretty much foundational. Just being the peak of my release point when he's at my peak of my load when he's at his release. So I did a good job of there. So I'll be on time for whatever he throws. Good take. Another thing is like my takes. How are my takes looking? Because takes are so important. That'll probably be an example of a bad take. Um, but one thing I look for is my lower half, my hip. I call it quick hip. Um, if my lower half like rips hard to like uh, third base on a take, it's like I said, that means I'm putting too much effort, which is the last thing we want. I do a lot of work trying to be effortless because I'm a tight mover. Think about thick rubber bands, and me muscling up is adding more tension to a tension based system. So for me, I have to be as easy, as loose, as relaxed, as nonchalant as possible. Um, and then the game speeds you up naturally. So, get Ricky in the bed. It has.
That occurred in the bottom of the second.
Good take.
Ball, no strikes.
Change up down.
Now
Again,
2 balls, no strikes.
hunting.
For Duarte on the season, a batting average of
Again, I'm hunting
391.
like here. So that changeup, if I was like looking middle or even down, that changeup we just missed down, I probably would have swung right through. But since I'm looking up here, that's not going in my zone. When I say up here, like I'm as the batter's perspective, I'm looking halfway down the runway, and that just doesn't come in that tunnel where I'm hunting. So doesn't come in that tunnel, that zone, that bubble, then the boy is not swinging. Third pitcher. 3-0. And he went in, which was smart. Did he miss or I gotta check if he missed.
3-9-1.
He kind of just missed in. He's more set up away. But yeah. Yeah, so 3-0. I got the take sign. You see here when I'm
Duarte
doing my bat,
17.
doing like a Barry Bonds move. Oh, excuse me, a Barry Bonds move. Because that move itself I found really helpful earlier in the season, and it gets me into my profile, my preference. If you know anything about motor preference, because I'm a pronator, and it gets me using my upper half, and gets me away from my first move being my lower half, which is what I don't want. I want everything going together, and sometimes I have to feel like I'm using solely my upper half uh, to calm down uh, my lower half. I don't know if you ever heard Tiger Woods talk about when he golfs. He's not. He's doing his full swing and not moving his lower half until after contact. So, kind of a similar idea here. But 3-0, they give me a take sign. I don't get a take sign, but because I always get a fastball right down the middle. But team player here. Dan
18
got up
runs
on the
off
plate just to mess
27
with him a little
hits.
bit,
Got 16 RBI as
and it
well
was
on the
right down the
season.
gut.
Highlighting 18 RBI as well on the season.
You can. I think I low-key wasted this
Highlighting
take
18
too.
RBI
Yeah,
as well
because
on the season.
yeah, I mean, it's whatever. I got 3 pitches before, but one thing: don't ever take pitches for granted. If you get a free pitch to see one, be relaxed. The first thing I thought is, I'm not swinging. I can be relaxed, and then, um, you know, be on time. My leg kick and everything. But get a fast right down the middle. 3-1.
Highlighting his individual stat
Nothing's
sheet.
changed really in the approach
3
here.
balls and 1 strike between Julius Christensen and
Uh,
Christian Duarte. Duarte
yeah.
fouls that one off, and we're
See,
headed
like I
to
was little mad, not mad, but just a little not happy because I smacked my bat. So body language one, that's something I cannot have be shown. It's an advantage the other team can use that I would use as a catcher. Um, so body language number one. Number two, this was I was on time.
Duarte.
Uh, yeah, based off like if you look at the
Duarte fouls
finish of the swing, it's a big
between
damn look
Julius
for.
Christensen
I
and
kind of
Christian Duarte.
swung really hard.
Duarte
It
fouls
looks like uh, my head flew off a little bit. That means I was not trying to swing easy here. I got a 3-1, basically cookie. Might have been a little bit of in,
between Julius
a little
Christensen
in,
and
but
Christian
that's a
Duarte.
home run pitch. It's a home run pitch, and I 3-1 solid. It got too big, and when I get too big, that's another way of me saying I try to use my muscles and do too much. Mike Schmidt talks about it. A bunch of Hall of Fame big leaguers just talk about swing easy, hit a single, be effortless, weightless, out of body, use your skin. One Way Performance talks about that a lot. So did not do that, and when I don't do that, I beat myself. Um, I take a G hack is no way of calling it, and when I take a G hack, I use my muscle. My swing's actually slower and not as precise, meaning I start to just miss pitches and my timing gets thrown off, and everything just gets thrown off a little bit. In a sport where you almost have to be perfect, that won't work. But so yeah, now it's 3-2. Missed my pitch there, so that's the first thing to highlight in this AB that I did not execute. Um, got away from my process, and a big part of my process is, well, the first thing is hunting my zone. uh, they call it high-tech missile tracking tech, so I literally visualize me like missile tracking system on the zone of which I'm hunting, and just being effortless, swinging easy, hitting a single, whatever cue gets me in that right mindset to just be easy. uh, and I got away from it, maybe whatever it was. I did not do that. So, and I think this game I wrote down in my notes that my process. I only told you two things. That's my process now, just two things. And before it was not two things. So maybe I was putting too much pressure on myself, too many things. I was getting confused. I wasn't focused. I was losing my, you know, hyper awareness on the zone and what I'm hunting and what's important. But you know, so I could keep going on. I just main thing is I muscled up and I just missed a pitch that I shouldn't have. So um, trust is another thing too. You just gotta trust it. Trust you'll get there. Trust because it's funny. We try to put
Duarte
more
fouls out.
effort, thinking we'll swing faster to do more damage, but it's the opposite in this sport. Gotta do less. The more effortless we can be, the more whip you will be. At least throwing, like if we're talking about throwing, but less effort, more whippy, faster your arm moves. It's kind of the same thing with hitting. Less effort, the easier you swing, the faster you'll be. um, so yeah, be easy. So honestly, too, I'm pissed.
Fouls that one off, and
And
we're
I'm
headed
asking Blue if
to
that would be a strike, and
full
luckily
count
it was.
central.
But whatever. 3-2, full count. I got to go to my two strike approach.
It's on deck for Carthage. Will be Drew Connect.
Yeah,
Duarte
just fouling that
gonna
off
line
here.
that
That
one.
was way too close to uh,
Duarte
take, in my opinion, and that was like on the white. Probably would have been a ball, but I'm not. You know, it was a good fight pitch. You know, just fouling something off, and I could tell based on the swing that I kind of did revert back to. You know, I noticed based off the past 3-1 swing that I did too much, and I could tell in between. I told myself to, you know, reassured myself, reset to swing easy, whatever. Swing easy, be effortless, and it showed
for
here
Carthage. Will be Drew
by this
Connect.
foul ball. Because if I wasn't, I would have definitely
Duarte
just a hip would have
gonna
ripped,
line
and I
that
would have
one.
missed, and I would have popped. I probably would have popped it up. So yeah,
That was very close to
I
the
kind of like
Carthage
this,
dugout.
which is kind of cool. But yeah, 3-2, same thing again. Uh,
It's still full count, 3-2.
um, two strike approach wise. See what happens here. Yeah.
Julius Christensen. That one gets away from him, and that'll be a walk for Duarte.
Oh, I'm trying to hype up the team. What's team guy? Because we were not playing well today. So just trying to get the guys going a little bit. But two strike approach. Uh, honestly, similar to it's just happened to be off. I mean, I don't know, but all I'm doing, I'm looking up, kind of giving more of the inside part of the plate. I'm more looking up and away, uh, more middle than away for the location, but up, so I don't chase anything. And so, really, the only, uh, yeah, so like I can be on time for the fastball, drive it the other way with Doherty, and then if you hang a breaker, I'm really good at in this stance. Two strikes, I have two bombs on the year, uh, with two strikes, and they both been hanging breakers. Not hanging, but they've been breakers that I've since I'm hunting fastball, going the other way, and they pop one out. They leave one over the plate. Uh, I catch it out in front, and if you catch it out in front a breaker, that thing goes a mile. And yeah, so I can still do a lot of. I've done a lot of damage with my two strike approach this season, so I'm happy about that. Yeah, and I just walked here. Let me see if I was on time.
Julius Christensen. That
On
one gets
time
away.
is like this is like to the highest point. I gotta see it again. It's probably getting a long video, but whatever. Yeah, that's the peak, and I could kind of. I was right with my two strikes. I've been a little late. I've noticed. because sometimes I feel more rushed with my two strike than I do my normal stance. And but a big thing with me is not been I don't really practice my two strike because it's just an athletic move, um, and it just works. It gets me away from thinking mechanical, which I've done a really good job with honestly this season. Um, it just gets me into compete mode, so I probably won't mess with it. Maybe I'll take some reads during practice today on making sure I hang out at the peak just for a split second to feel what that feels like. But other than that, I don't really mess around with it too much because swing's not important here. I'm in a spot where I'm the quickest to the ball, and I'm just fighting, and I'm just hunting and committing and trusting and um, you know yeah ball.
Julius Christensen.
I think I have one more AB. Oh, here I am. Ah, shit.
Another swing and a miss.
Excuse me.
Ball.
See me on deck.
And Matt Felber.
Look at that on deck. Look at that. Look at that. Look at me timing him.
Josh Musi
Oh,
and Matt Felber.
look how early I'm timing him. That's awesome.
Musi with strike 3.
See what happens.
That is
So we got a
Musi's
righty
first
now, different
strikeout
dude on the mound.
of the day, coming against Matt Felber.
He oh, this thing hasn't been in full screen the whole
Here
time.
comes Christian
Has it?
Duarte.
Oh yeah, it has actually. Um, wow, that's kind of high. This guy. All right, so that take looks decent. Maybe a little rush, but I don't know why they have this angle. If we could go back to the other one, that'd be great. Stay here.
On
All right, so
ball.
this guy, righty, be quick, righty, decent fastball. I hit a slider, and he had a curveball. He also had a changeup. It was throwing to righties. So basically, a two pitch guy. I love these guys because they're not really going to go in on you. They don't really have a two seam. They don't really have. This guy didn't have a two seam, so this guy's going to try to get me out. He's trying to go. He's trying to go up. He's trying to go away with the fastball. If he goes in, props to him, but he's not going to do it 3 times. Um, and then with the breakers, he's going to try to just tunnel it, which is something that I need to. I know as a catcher, but sometimes I get stubborn. It's weird because two sides of the coin. You could be very stubborn, which is another word for being committed to your initial approach, and you will have success. However, with the better pitching, you need to make mid AB adjustments. Like if you're hunting fastball and the guy throws you a cutter and you are early and you whiff right through it, you might get another cutter, right? And so like a high school guy may be like, uh, well, he's gonna throw me a fastball eventually. You just wait for it. You probably swing through the cutter again. Or you make a minute B adjustment and be like, okay, well, I was trying to go to center, right center with this fastball. And you threw me a cutter. I've hit, I could prove I could hit every other pitch except this cutter so far. So I'm going to still look fastball, but I'm just going to go right down the first base line or like to right field. So my barrel can stay on this pitch that's moving last second just enough to catch the barrel. So that's what I'm talking about. So it's 1-0, took a fastball down. Uh, and I don't even remember what this is, but this is an ugly swing. And is ugly for one reason. I look pretty calm,
On ball.
look pretty
One and
good,
two.
I look pretty on time. Yeah, the swing's good. Oh yeah, it's really good. Holy shit. Excuse me. However, I could tell I rushed myself. Um, I don't remember being uh late with this guy. I remember though trying to do way too much with this guy. I don't know. Again, it was too much going on in my head right now. I didn't feel present. It didn't feel simple, which is a big adjustment I had wrote down that I'm gonna make in this next series coming up. Because just it was too much. But again, a big thing in my process is being easy, effortless, and this was not an effortless swing because, as you can tell, again, when I'm not effortless, first thing that goes is that hip, and then you get swings like that where
On ball.
your hip's already gone, and your brain is like, "Oh no," and tries its best to stay on it, but it's just gonna look like it's reaching out on everything, and you fall, you lose your balance, um, and it just doesn't look pretty, honestly. Um, I think that was a slider. I don't know why they have this view, but oh my gosh, that was a fastball.
On ball.
All right,
That'll be
never
one
mind.
strike.
Yeah, so even more reason to prove that yeah, I was just doing way too much. I got a pitch, I got a fastball. The second one of the day where like I put myself, 3-1, the AB before hitters count, worked my way there, did too much, just missed the pitch. This one, fastball, 1-0. I'm looking fast, so I don't remember looking spin on this guy. I'm looking up. I think I'm going to right center now because uh, just I wanted to. I think I was going right center before, maybe right, because the guy was throwing a little slow. This guy's throwing a little bit harder, so I'm going right center. Uh, but the biggest thing was just I did too much and I swung right through it. This was like really bad too. I don't like that. You get to, like, and one thing I need to do better
1-1
is when
is
I
the
do take a
count.
bad swing, I need to step out, call time, and like reset because I've had I've lost about probably 5 to 10 ABs this season where like I take a bad swing and that's all my brain goes to, and I just lose sight of everything, and then I beat myself. I'm probably
Currently
gonna
in
get a
the
slider
bottom
here.
of the fifth inning.
Yep.
Between
That's not it.
Carthage and Lawerence. Another
Yeah. Wasn't a fastball.
between Carthage and Lawerence. Another swing
Yeah, but you could just tell like my hip was
between Carthage.
already gone, and that pitch. Are you serious right now? I mean, I did a great job at starting release point. I'm in a great spot here because I've been doing a lot of work, making sure on deck. I get my timing locked in. I'm starting early. I'm starting off leg lift, and then if that's if he's if he's out the wind up, then I'll go off the hands. But doing a great job being on time with my body. But then again, I got away from my process, hunting my pitch, what I was looking for, my zone, and being easy. Um, Again, I probably just was domed up on the last swing that was dog shit. Excuse my language, and I didn't reset. So I'm probably gonna take another bad swing, and that's exactly what I did. Yeah, like my hip is already gone, and the bat slows down, and now you're just reaching, and it just doesn't look good. Like
Between
I think that might have
Carthage
been
and
an offsuit
Lawerence.
pitch, but
Another
that doesn't matter. Like when I'm hunting fastball and I get a pitch, that's a decently hittable pitch. At least from this angle, it looks like when I'm easy and I'm committed to my fastball and they throw a breaker, I see it and I stay on it, and it's beautiful. But I didn't do that here because
another swing and a miss from Duarte.
yeah, I'm trying to breathe, but it's just
Brings the
yeah.
count to 1 ball and 2
Go two strike.
strikes.
I'm going through my process, trying to do that Bonds move to fight.
We're trying to
So
get
even
our
that, like it's
scoreboard
a
reset on the
damn it.
broad.
No, that's not strike.
We're
That's not
trying to
strike.
get our scoreboard
Like, that's an
reset
easy
on the
take on my part.
broadcast.
But maybe it's easy for the wrong reason because that's a close pitch. Like,
We're trying to get our
yeah, I'm
score.
late as balls to start number one. And the first thing that goes, what's the first thing that goes? Yeah, the first thing that goes is my lower half. So another thing why I do not like adding, I don't want to swing with my muscle or put too much effort because when I do that, the first thing that goes is my lower half. Like I just said, my forward, quick hip, whatever you're gonna call it. And when your lower half goes, your quick hip goes, so your hip goes this way. Sorry, I have to reset after every 30 minutes. I back to what we were talking about. Uh, so pitcher's that way, hip rips open because I'm putting too much effort, using my muscle. Uh, and now my head moves that way, and now my eyes move. So now I'm not seeing this ball, right? And so what's gonna happen if we don't move and ball comes here, where my finger is, if you can see that, if I rip my lower half and everything goes this way, this ball that's now down the middle is gonna look whatever a foot out, right? So now I don't know distance and shit. Excuse me. It's gonna look a foot out. Um, and so you see that take and you think, "Wow, it's an easy take. He didn't even flinch." And that's probably what they thought. Uh, but in reality, what actually happened is that ball that was just on the black or on the white that they call for a ball, to me looked in the dugout. It looked 10 inches off the plate. Uh, again, that's why the take was kind of easy too. Besides the first initial move, so now they're like, okay, well he didn't flinch at that. He's not gonna swing at it. He's missed two fast, or he's just one. He's missed one fast, so he swung through it. Let's just throw him another one. And I think that's exactly.
Reset on the between. Checks his swing. However, not enough as Muzi back-to-back strikeouts
Yeah,
against Felber and Duarte.
that was a bad one. So the main thing is number one, I gotta be better on time. The peak of his release point, with my load, my peak of my load, and just staying easy, man, dude. If I could have stayed easy, bro, who knows? I did a great job with it my first AB. Uh, Missed a pitch, my second one, and third one. The whole AB was just kind of garbage. I was rushed. I don't know why. I mean, my timing was fine, so I just gotta trust that now that I can see it. Maybe I felt like it wasn't, but I can see that it was. And just trust, commit to your approach, your process. Think about it now. It felt like he didn't really give me much what I was looking for, but he did. And part of the reason why I didn't feel like he did is because it's going that way. I was ripping because I was ripping because I was doing too much because I was using my muscle. So, like I tell myself, be as nonchalant as possible, be as relaxed as possible, calm mind. Oh no, calm mind, and just hit a single. Be as easy, effortless, weightless, out of body. Use your skin, whatever the feel is, whatever cue gets you doing it, and that's it, man. Um, I kind of say the same things a bunch of times. Uh, just call it passion. So yeah, three ABs. This game caught well, but we're just looking at our hitting today. So three things. Number one, swing easy, effortless, weightless. Uh, yeah, that's the biggest thing. Because again, two, uh, things kind of just slow down, so the game gets a little simpler. Being simple in my approach, so it's just what we're looking for, based off my initial approach and mid AB adjustments. And then again, swinging easy. That's the approach. That's the approach. Committing to that, of course, 110%. Uh, Being a type 2 hitter, don't want to be a guy that's trying to hit every single pitch. I get 3 strikes for a reason. I get 12 strikes over the course of a game, if you think about it. So, if you put it in terms like that, instead of trying to swing all 12 of his strikes, try to swing at 4 of yours. And that takes patience, that takes discipline. Being okay taking a strike, falling behind in the count, and not being, you know, because in our culture, we're like afraid of being behind the count. Uh, I'm not. I feel like I'm most dangerous with 2 strikes, which is funny. But yeah. And then again, just for this whole reason why we're even talking here is to play the chess game. Uh, this team wasn't all that good, so maybe the chess game wasn't as needed. Again, I beat myself here, uh, but it's funny how to look over and rewatch it through another lens and see, how the game really happened. Uh, Knowing my insider knowledge because I was, in it, and what we could do better. And I know yaps, and I'm gonna try to say everything a whole nother time, but I'm just call it here. I don't know who's watching. I think I'll post this on my YouTube. I don't know. It's like 40 minutes, so I don't think I will. Maybe. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you learned something. I'm gonna keep doing this because this is actually really fun. And yeah, praise God, and I'll see you guys later.